Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Achua and I hope this video finds you well. But before I start this, I want to introduce you to this wig that I'm wearing. I got this as a result of my sister giving me or gifting me a wig for my birthday last month, for the month of June. And I get a lot of compliments when I wear that wig. I think it is the wig I've been using in the last couple of videos. So I decided to check the store out, know what they have. And people also ask me about that wig. I don't have any link for it because it was custom made. So I went to the shop on Saturday with my sister. I asked the lady about it. She couldn't really figure out which one it was because they get a lot of, wigs and then custom make them themselves. So I decided to share the store with you. I'm not sponsored by any means. I just fell in love with their wigs, and decided to share the store with you in case you're in Ghana and you want to pass by their shop to pick one or two. And this shop is located in Osu by Photo Club, and they are called Hair Duty. That is the name of the shop, Hair Duty. They don't know that I'm doing this. I'm not sponsored. I didn't even tell them that I have any sort of YouTube channel. I went to the shop with my sister, looked at a few and picked two of them, including the one that I'm wearing today. And I guess decided to share with you in case you're in Ghana and you want to just pop up by the shop and see what they have. They have amazing, good quality hair. So I'm super excited about this. This one makes me feel very spicy, I have named this one my Russian roulette. This is my Russian roulette wig. It makes me feel very spicy and exotic. I feel different and I like it. I like the way I feel about this week. I like it. So let's get to the business of the day, and that is going to be the entire releases from Paris Corner from January to July 2024. Today is Saturday 20th July, I believe, and I'm recording this video. I'm sure it will be up in a day or two. And these are the entire catalog of fragrances Paris Corner has released. I've been surprised because I thought it was going to be that much, although it is quite a lot, And I hope these are all, because I don't think I'm missing any, from my research the little research that I did. I came up with a number of them, and I have like almost a half of the ones they have produced for this year. So I'll just start off with the ones that were produced in January. Some of these fragrances were actually per the packages. You can see that they were manufactured like late last year, 2023, but most of them were released in 2024. And I'm going to start off with these per December, the ones that were released in January. And these are December Vanilla and then December Rose. I don't have this one in full bottle, but I picked this one, in full bottle because I love this so much. So these two, December Rose and then December Vanilla, were released in January 2024. But I think the manufacture dates is somewhere November or December. I think the whole idea was to get this one out by December of 2023, but they couldn't. But they were all released in January 2024. This I love. It is a 10 over 10 for me. Whilst when it comes to the December Rose, I really couldn't get into it. It was reported to be inspired by Rihanna's Fenty, and apparently it is not. This one is a very watered down rose water scent. You don't get anything tangerine, nothing spicy, nothing blueberryish. It is there, but very, very mild. It sort of failed to meet the standard of Fenty by Rihanna or Fenty by Fenty, but it's a very light, watered down rose scent. If you love like mild scents, I think you will love this, but it is an okay scent to me, so I would say this one is like maybe a 5 out of 10 for me, whilst this is a 10 out of 10. The other ones that were also released in January are going to be Pear Potion, also by Paris Corner, obviously, and then Mango Punch. These were also, I think the manufacturing date is like December or so, but it was not until January that these two were launched. I remember getting my bottle around like very early February, somewhere very early February or late January, but they were launched somewhere in January. So these two, Mango Punch and then the Pear Potion, and this is a beautiful one. I feel like I need like a full bottle of this, but I just feel like I need to be content with my fragrances at this point, because I have quite a lot of them and I love them all. And this one is a very beautiful, realistic pear tart, juicy, summer scent. I would highly recommend this, and this is going to give you a very thick, intense, syrupy, sweet, ripe mango. It started off as a green mango, but it's now developed into something much more ripe. So January 2024, these two were released, and I think I'll consider this one like a 10 out of 10. To me, a 10 out of 10, because it's a pear scent that I love. And I'll also consider this one maybe like a 9 out of 10, like a 9. It's not like my favorite, but I love it still. So these two, January 2024. The next that I have here that are going to be from January, I don't think I have the rest, but in January 2024, they released Veteran Oud, and that is going to be from their Pandora Scent line. There was Veteran Oud, which is reportedly to be inspired by Stronger With You Oud, Stronger With You Oud from Armani. That is what Veteran Oud is reportedly inspired by. I don't have that fragrance. I think I've seen it across, it's sort of a masculine leaning one with, I think, some tobacco and cinnamon and some heavy spices, but it's reported to be inspired by Stronger With You Oud from Armani. And that is Veteran Oud, and it was also released in January 2024. So those are the releases that I know were released, for 2020, for January. The next is going to be for February. And for February, I think they had the entire North Stag line, which is like the North Stag the first, North Stag the second, North Stag Expression the third, and then North Stag Expression the fourth. And that is the only one amongst the four that I have. North Stag Expression the fourth, or Quattri or Quat, that is the only one I have, which was marketed as inspired by Louis Vuitton Afternoon Swim. But to me, this is like different. I think Paris Corner missed the chance of calling this their own creation, because although you can see where the inspiration came from, they managed to make this thing like so much better, in my opinion. So it could have been launched as their own thing, but they decided to say it is a inspired version of Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim. So the North Stag, the first, second, third, fourth were all launched in early February. But I think I saw the adverts for this when I go back to Paris Corner, their websites and other places I got the information from. It was somewhere launched around January, but it was not until February that it was released. So all the North Stag came in February. In February, they also released Caramel Cascade. And this one to me is a 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. In February, they released Caramel Cascade. Everybody was highly anticipating this because of Bianco Latte. It failed to meet a lot of people's expectation, not mine. My expectation was met because I love this scent. It is a realistic, interpretation of Caramel Cascade with its own twist here and there. But I still love this. This one to me is a 9, like at least a 9 out of 10 to me. Just because it didn't fill me. I didn't get anything negative about this. So this is a February 2024 launch, Caramel Cascade from Paris Corner, and I love this. I do love this. In March, I think this and the North Stag Expression lines were the only ones released in February 2024. In March came in Khair Fusion. It was launched in March. And I love this. Honestly, it was like a slow love for me. I was like, these Kialis and their juvenile scents. It is still juvenile, but it's really grown on me. The lychee there, I think raspberry, tart, juicy, refreshing, fruity scent. This is a love for me at this point. I will even say this is a 10 over 10 for me. I love my strong scents, my announcing, overwhelming scent, but there's something about this which feels young and free and playful that I love. So this is a 10 over 10 for me. To the best of my knowledge and the research that I did, Khair Fusion is the only fragrance that was released by Paris Corner in the month of March. In April, they came up with one fragrance that has really grown on me. It was sort of underestimated. It's still very underestimated, underhyped, in my opinion. And this is Qissa Delicious from Paris Corner. This has been thrown under the bus by a lot of people. People seem to give it like a sort of negative rap, but I sort of disagree. Personally, my experience has been different. I love this scent. It is quite simple. It is like a warm, cozy, milky citrus, with a dark chocolate. It didn't even have to grow on me. It is a beautiful scent. It is quite basic, if you want to put it that way, but it's a basic with a difference. There are some there's basic and then there's just meh basic. This one is not meh basic to me. This one is like a little basic with an edge, because it is quite different, and I love this. So this was released in April 2024. I would just simply say it is like a 9 out of 10 to me at this point. Like, I love this scent. It is basic, but I love it. And then in the same month of April, they came up with Bayn Al Asrar, the Mawj, inspired by version that every single person was highly anticipating. This like was a hot cake. I think it's still a very hot cake, and it's quite hard to come by. Bayn Al Asrar. It is a very beautiful one. It will not give you 100% guidance because it is less spicy, less intense. It's more of a watered down, watery, aquatic sort of feel, like an EDT feel to the original guidance. Nonetheless, a very beautiful interpretation of guidance, and I love this scent. To me, this is like a 9.5, almost like 10 out of 10 to me. I love this scent. Honestly, it is like it is a good one. If you are looking for this, and maybe if you have other options of guidance, and you think those are better, but this is the only guidance inspiration or inspired by fragrance that I have access to currently, and that is I'm very, very satisfied with this one. I'm very satisfied, although it is not giving me 100% guidance, but I'm really satisfied with Bayn Al Asrar, and was released in April 2024. In the same month, they came up with the autobiography line, and out of the four, I think the autobiography line were four fragrances. Out of that four, I have just the Citron Vanille, which is like citron, like, and then vanilla, just like the name says. I think it was marketed as an allure home sort of fragrance. I'm not too sure. I don't think I've smelled that before, or I don't know. It's quite a common fragrance, but this is what apparently it is inspired by, and this is a very beautiful one. Although the original has been marketed as a masculine leaning one, I think this is very unisex in my opinion. I get that it's like a summer vanilla scent with the citruses, the lime, which comes off as a bit mandarin orangish, orangey to me. That is how I can describe this. And in the same autobiography line, they also have the Oh Boy, which I've not tried. They also have the Salty Breeze. I've not tried that. And then they also have the Supreme Gold. Those three, I don't think I've tried them. I don't think I've had access to them at this point. If there were access to them for me, I would have tried them, but this is the only one that I could pick up, and I hope one day I'll be able to try the other four, which are Oh Boy, Salty Breeze, and then Supreme Gold. But this is a love for me. This is like a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. It's like very simple yet very refreshing and delicious and gourmand and everything that I want in a fragrance. So Citron Vanille, also in an April 2024 release. Those are the only things that they released in April 2024. Then in May came in Rifaqaat Adorn. I think I don't have access to that, and that has been marketed towards men. It's being marketed as an inspired by version of Tuxedo by YSL, which I already have like an inspired by version, in my collection. So I don't think I'm picking that one up. It's got sort of good reviews. So if you want to check it out, there is Rifaqaat Adorn by Paris Corner, released in May 2024. In the same month of May, they also released Soothing Zephyr, which is reportedly inspired by Le Label's Another 13. And that is a fragrance I have not tried, but I was able to try the Soothing Zephyr, but I didn't find the need to add it to my collection. It is simple, those kind of molecular fragrances, they don't do too much. They are reported to help fragrances, like they are like fragrance enhancers, although you can wear them on their own, as a summer, simple, musky sort of, fresh fragrance. They also are enhancers, fragrance enhancers. So there's Soothing Zephyr, which was released in the month of May. So there's Rifaqaat Adorn, and then Soothing Zephyr for the month of May. And all these releases are released that I know of. I don't know if there are other releases that I missed, or the larger population of Francom missed, but those are the releases from Paris Corner for the month of May. In the month of June, they released the Mawj line, and those two I have, the Mawj Appletini and then the Mawj Cognac I have here, the apple brandy on the rocks. And this a few people say camera. I don't see camera in this. I've done the review of this. I'll link in the description. I've done the reviews for all these fragrances, so I'll link them. I'll try and link them in the description. But this one is like your fresh, no boozy apple with the like a citrus touch to it, like quite refreshing. It doesn't feel like heavy. It feels like very refreshing and fresh and a little soapy to me, with that spicy apple, feel to it. It feels like a drink more than like a big goods apple, fragrance. This, on the other hand, feels like completely different. It doesn't smell like angel share to me. It doesn't smell like camera. It gives off different vibes, with the Davana being like a bit bitter and green, with the, I think it doesn't have anything lactonic, but the dry down sort of gives me a hint of a lactonic feel, and the coffee is like a latte, like a light version of a coffee scent, but more with some milk and some greenness, some sourness at the background here and there. It is quite different, quite hard to describe, that nonetheless a very beautiful one, and I think this is also, the review is available on my channel, that you can look for it, I'll link it still. It's a very beautiful one, quite different from the norm, but it doesn't remind me of camera or camera kawa or angel share, none of that. So for the month of June, those are the releases that I have. But they also brought up Regal Reserve from their Pandora line, the Charuto tobacco sort of bottles, Regal Reserve, and that I think is inspired by an Mawj fragrance. I'll put it somewhere here, once I remember. But it's Regal Reserve from Paris Corner, their Pandora line, and that is I think some tobacco, it's like a masculine leaning one, which has been reported to be inspired by an Mawj fragrance. I'll just put somewhere here. So for the month of June, Mawj Appletini, Mawj Cognac, Regal Reserve. And then they also came up with their Cosmopolitan line under the Emir, the Emir subsidiary. I think it's a subsidiary, the Emir line, and in the Cosmopolitan line, they have the London, they have New York, and then Dubai. And those are three fragrances. They're already on the market, but I've not gained any access to them, yet. So I'm curious about them. But they have that Cosmopolitan line. If you are curious about them, they already, I think Aroma Concept has it, Triple Traders, I've seen having them, so you can check them out if you are interested. So that is going to be for the month of June. I think June, that is all they had. And then in July, they came up with the Ophidian line. And that line, I've not even seen it on their website. I've not seen it anywhere. I don't know, but I think I did a video and someone said they have it in Australia. I think it's already out, but Paris Corner themselves never really advertised this Ophidian line, and that includes the Manngo Bliss, which I have spoken about in one of my previous videos. I have a decant of that, and that Manngo Bliss has like ginger, mango, red berries, and from the nose structure and everything, my friend and I were able to deduce that it is inspired by God of Fire by Stefan Humbert Lucas. That is the exact same nose structure for God of Fire. So we believe that is what that fragrance is inspired by. I have not smelled God of Fire before, so I'll not be able to conclude and say, but from the nose structure and the smell and what people say about it, I think that is what it is inspired by. But the dry down of Manngo Bliss gives me Lamar by Kajal vibes, with the powdery, powdery sort of, dry down, that rose powdery dry down, although it doesn't have pineapple, but that is what Manngo Bliss, smells to me, the dry down. And then under the Ophidian line, aside the Manngo Bliss, they also have the Sweet Surrender, which is sort of in the Nebra sort of, family, Sweet Surrender. And then there is Black Cherry, which is reportedly inspired by Kia Lee's Love First Burning Cherry. And the last one they released in the month of July is Voux Patisserie from, their Emir line. This has been reported to be inspired by Italica from Zephyr, and I've done the detailed review of this. I'll link everything in the description. This to me, I think I failed to even grade some of them, I failed to grade some of them, but this to me is like a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. I'll give Manngo Bliss like an 8 out of 10, because I have just a decant. So I need to maybe have like a full bottle and experience it fully before I can say, it's a 10 out of 10. But it's a fragrance I would love to have a full bottle of, but this Voux Patisserie is like yummy, cookie, almond, milky, cozy, comforting, hearty, like comfort food. I love this. It's a 10 out of 10 for me, and it was released in July 2024. July is literally about to end. So this, I think, the manufacturing dates for most of these fragrances, are like dated like January, February, March, but they are now being released. So this is July release. And the one fragrance from Paris Corner that has already been released, I'm not too sure of the release date or the manufacturer date because I don't have a bottle, is Arwa, Arwa, Arwa. And that has, I don't know, it's reported to be like a fusion of Love, Don't Be Shy and Delina. That is what the information I was able to gather. But someone also said when I did my review or my I put up a video and introduced that fragrance. Someone said she had it and it didn't smell like that, but Our has been out. It's also one of those, that went under the radar, that Paris Corner didn't make any noise about it. I don't know why, like the Ophidian line, they didn't make any noise about it, but Our is also out, ARWA, and I don't know when it was manufactured nor when it was, released. So when I put all these fragrances together, as at today, 20th of July, Paris Corner has released 30 fragrances, and those are the ones that I know, that I have come across. These are 30 fragrances, so an average of about 4.3 fragrances each month, and if we are supposed to end, let's say, if I'm supposed to sort of predict based on this number they have already released, I think they have about 21 more fragrances from this time to the end of December, based on the number of productions they do each month. We should be expecting about 21 more fragrances from Paris Corner before the year 2024 ends, So if 24, we already have 30 from the ones that I know, and we're expecting around 21 more, it means we're going to have about 51 releases, 51, 52 releases from Paris Corner alone for the year 2024, which is quite a lot, it is quite a lot, so I don't know, but these are the things I wanted to bring to your attention. If there's anything that I missed in this video, let me know, because I'm super curious. Probably there's something out there that I might like and I never really got the opportunity to know has been released from Paris Corner. So that is going to be it. I'm going to bring you the releases from other houses, and I hope you found this useful or exciting, like maybe just information I wanted to share with you. And I hope this video found you well. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take care. Bye-bye.